Hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Hood here for your writing lesson on Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. We're going to continue to work on word choice. We're just working on it in a little different way today. There's a couple paragraphs here of this story about a boy who found a friend, and there are certain words that are underlined. You're going to notice some of these words are words that we use a lot in our stories, and we need to make better choices for words instead of these that are underlined. So I'll start out, and then you guys will help me make better word choice in this story. So the boy who found a friend. Once there was a boy named Jimmy. Once there was a boy named Jimmy. I wonder what that boy's doing. What about this word? Once there lived a boy named Jimmy. Doesn't that sound better? He was a poor boy who lived in Paris in a small cabin away from town. His mother and father had died, and he was all alone. He was all alone. Well, if his mother and father are no longer with him, then maybe I can say he stayed all alone instead of the word was. He did not have one friend, so the only thing he wanted was somebody to play with and look after. So he wanted this. He wanted someone to play with. Well, maybe since he was alone, he didn't really want it. Maybe he needed. So the only thing he needed was somebody to play with. I think that sounds better than wanted. Okay. One morning he awoke with such a good feeling in his heart and walked outside of the cabin in the fresh morning breeze. Walked. Anyone can walk. Boys and girls, now it's your turn. What's a better word choice that they can use instead of walked? Great. Dashed. Wonderful choice. One morning he awoke with such a good feeling in his heart and dashed outside of the cabin in the fresh morning air. Great thinking there. Next sentence is here. He had decided he would go out and look for a friend. What's a better word instead of just look for a friend? That's right. He could search for a friend instead. Let me change both of those. So here you made a better choice and said dashed outside. And here you chose to search for a friend. Great job. Here's our next sentence. So he started walking toward the big city. No, we have started walking. Boring. What's a better choice? Wonderful. I love strolled. Great job. After he got there, he was awfully tired and sat on a step in front of an old gray building to rest. We have three words that need better choices in this one. We have got and was and sat. What do you think about got? After he got there, what's a better choice for got? Great. Arrived. After he arrived there, he was awfully tired. What's a better choice for was? Great. Felt. If he was feeling tired instead of just was, felt would be a better choice. And he sat on a step. Well, that's not very descriptive. What's a better choice? Great job. He squatted on a step in front of an old gray building to rest. Here's your next sentence. There's nothing in this sentence. After a while, he heard a barking noise not very close. Jimmy looked around, and there in an old alley was a very small puppy. What's a better choice again instead of looked around? What could he do instead? Awesome. Turned behind him. And there in the old alley was, here's that boring old was again, What could that puppy be doing instead of just was a puppy? Yeah, the puppy could sat. Sat, a very small puppy. Very good. I found a friend, Jimmy cried. Jimmy got up and went over to the puppy. Another boring word, went. What can we say instead of he went over to the puppy? What would be a better word choice for went? Ooh, I like that. He hurried over to the puppy. But the puppy started barking and whimpering. Jimmy picked the puppy up and felt so happy. He had finally found a friend. The little puppy acted so sweet and so intelligent. Jimmy felt so caring. Jimmy knew he had found a friend. What could be a different word instead of knew? Ooh, I like that. He realized he found a good friend. Jimmy put an old rope around the puppy's neck. Put. Kind of a boring word. What's a better word instead of put? That's right. You can say he wrapped an old rope around the puppy's neck and tied it very loose and carefully and took him back. Sorry, wrap has two pieces. Took him back to where Jimmy was sitting. They both sat down. Oh, how many times are we going to use sat? What can they do instead of sat down? They were pretty tired. Great choice. Collapsed. And here they go again. Looked and looked. What can we do instead of both of those looks? I would say great choice. I would just take both of them out and just say peered around the big city. And then Jimmy walked home with his little puppy and went fast asleep. He's not going to walk home. What can we have him doing instead of walked? I would agree. I would think after he's so tired, Jimmy trudged home with his little puppy and went fast asleep. Jimmy really knew he had a good friend. Well, boys and girls, thank you for working so hard with word choice. I want you to answer one last question for me about word choice. I want to know, how well did you do during this lesson? Please grade yourself now on the last question. Have a good week. Bye.